Going on to you, Libras. You have the Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. So what I'm seeing here from this reading is I'm seeing how a lot of you Libras, very much so, you have some adversity going on. But you need to stop worrying about the adversity that you're going through. Look, let's get into it. The Tower and the Magician is about you, Libras, like I said, having some adversity. A lot of you Libras don't seem to understand why it is that it's so difficult for you at this time. Why it's so difficult for you to find somebody new, and why you're having some problems. I know a lot of Libras in you know, off camera who's going through some things right now. And Saturn has met you Libras, like it is that I said before, like it is I've been talking about. So what I'm saying here is to kind of give y'all a better understanding is Saturn is in transit in Libra to teach y'all and affecting Libras, to teach y'all to be more responsible, not to be ice cold, not to keep. You have to start loosening up, because when you have the mentality that you do, and I'm not bashing you, I'm letting you know why it's happening. When you have the mentality, because what I'm saying here is the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Okay? There's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel, but the problem is you can't necessarily see it as of right now, because a lot of people are switching up. Someone that you were trying to get to know romantically, a lot of your friends have been switching up, and you are staying strong, right? You're staying mentally stable. You're just trying to figure out, where's all this coming from? The Tower and the Magician represents you also want to rekindle or reconnect or stay attached to certain individuals, because those people are good influences. They're influences that mean you well. And a lot of you Libras know that. But the first thing that you want to do is, you Libras understand that the first thing that you got to start doing is trying to make those connections that you have with people that are constructive and decent and good influences in your life, to actually keep those people around you. It's just that you Libras are going through a little bit of a funk right now. That's what's happening. Your life isn't going down completely in a handbasket. What's going on is you're just in a little bit of a funk. The Ace of Swords is about you Libras also having to understand that when Saturn goes, you know, into the zodiac signs, Saturn helps us grow up on certain things. I've had my Saturn, 2015. You know what I mean? In 2015. So I had to learn some patience, right? Then again in 16 and 17. So I had to learn how to grow up on some things. When it comes to you Libras are going through, you have the Ace of Swords and the Five of Wands. You Libras are going through some things right now where for you, it's about learning how to, because the reason why it is that relationships are difficult for you is because you try so hard to try to be hard. Stop doing that. There's a reason why y'all are Libras. And this is why I keep, you know, talking about Libras the way that I do. It's because Libras have a serious responsibility. And the responsibility is y'all are supposed to represent heaven on earth. Y'all are supposed to represent peace on earth. The principle, the idea, you're much more than just people. Y'all are supposed to represent the idea of what world harmony looks like. But y'all have manifested as people, human beings. But y'all have to learn how to become that. But you have to first start internally. And the problem with a lot of you Libras is a lot of you have not necessarily reached that point because you're spending too much time trying to go after things sometimes that are just good for you, instead of paying attention to look at the bigger picture, that you're more important than what it is that people give you credit for. So part of the reason why people will give you a hard time around this time is because they may have wanted you around to have their back, and potentially you wasn't. So now the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands represents here to here, represents you have to fix the relationships in your life. All of the people in your life that are constructive influences that have their own thing going on, as well as give you a foresight or help you understand foresight and your own insight better, those are the type of people that you should have around you. The Eight of Cups and the Hermit is about how, so since for you, the Eight of Cups now is now about, and you need to actually do the work. The Hermit represents, this is all for your empowerment, because the Hermit represents you, Libras, and it represents how you've been looking at the world, and the Magician represents Virgo. Virgo. It represents how you Libras have been looking at things from a very small perspective. A lot of y'all are dealing with an inferiority complex. And a lot of you Libras have to start looking at things from the bigger picture. Do not pay attention to the smaller, no, excuse me, definitely pay attention to the smaller things, but do not sweat the insignificant things that at the end of the day don't really matter at the end of the day, is what I'm trying to say. And a lot of you Libras don't seem to understand Ten of Pentacles. You can bring back these connections that you have with these people that are great influences on you. You're just like this, the Nine of Swords. You're thinking about you kind of being by yourself and being a lone wolf and ostracized away and not necessarily knowing who you are anymore, when that's not even something that you have to do. So now let's clarify. So this should be a wake-up call, and this should be a blessing for a lot of you Libras. So a lot of you right now, you have the, let's clarify the Magician. Nine of Wands, Six of Wands, Three of Wands, Ten of Wands, all wands. So this represents duties and responsibilities, obstacles that you have to get over. The Nine of Wands and the Six of Wands, you have to learn to get over your inferiority complex. The need to think that people are going to do you wrong if you do anything for them, and if you give up any kind of ground, people will do you wrong. You got to learn to forgive all of that. That's not reality. Then you have the Three of Wands, and then you have the Ten of Wands. You can still regain those relationships with those great people that you want around you. And you will also, even if you can't, or it's difficult for you, you will meet in the future brand new people along the way, on top of the great individuals that you want to have around you. You will build that family dynamic around you. But see, this is what I'm talking about. It has to come from the heart. See, the problem that a lot of people have with Libras is not because people dislike Libra. What the problem is that ice cold. We want feeling out of y'all. We want y'all to actually care. Don't be so surgical. Don't be so clinical. Show us something. Actually lead with the mind and the heart. And the two of them have to be working together. If they don't work together, it's wrong. Because what happens when your mind and your heart go against each other? You don't make very good decisions. No one does. So they both have to agree. So let me go ahead and clarify some more cards. Let's go ahead and clarify the Hermit. Right now, you Libras are going through a serious transformation, and it's causing some discomfort. But you have to learn to allow that to happen and let the changes be what they are. You have the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Swords. You have the King of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. So to clarify the Hermit, again, let those changes, because the Hermit represents shadow work. Let those changes be what they are about you. And lead with your mind and your heart together, working as a team. Okay? Lead with your mind, too logical. Lead with your heart, too emotional. You need both working together. Then you have the Eight of Swords, because people don't know what to do with you when you don't do that, those two things. Then the King of Cups and the Four of Pentacles represents, so they just will stay away from you. You will have this problem in the future until you learn to do those two things. Lead with your mind and your heart. So together. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Overall, you Libras are headed in the correct direction. And people will want to be around you a lot more. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subs. Right now we have 9,730. Smash the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.